Hi guys, and once again welcome to another video of Crack It YouTube channel. And before we proceed further, we should give two happy news to you. The number one is your Crack It YouTube channel. Our Crack It YouTube channel turned 1 year on 14th of October 2022. So that means we are 1 year old, and I just can't believe it that we did it. And we should be extremely thankful for your love, the support and concern and the inputs given to us over this 1 year. And we have another good news. The video we published last time has now crossed more than 600 views. The video about the best T20 innings played by a Sri Lankan batter, and that's the number one in terms of views in our channel now. So it has even overtaken the intro video we put. So we are extremely thankful for you for this support given to us. And today, as you saw in the thumbnail, we are here with another analysis on World Cup. Every time this World Cup comes, especially the World T20, the excitement is unmatchable. And so today we have come with a unique analysis to do about the groups who are going to play in the Super 12. And if you are a Sri Lankan fan, don't worry. We have put Sri Lanka in the potential group that they will reach, and we have done an analysis on them. So today the analysis is going to be in a completely different way. So we got inspired by after reading a book called Hitting Against the Spin, which was written by two statisticians who helped England team to become the world champions in 2019. So we made our own formula. What we have done here, we have taken the World Cup finals, except the 2007 World Cup, and we have taken from 2009 to 2021 each World Cup finals and each finalist on that day. We have taken their numbers, put together, taken an average. We are going to keep that as a benchmark, and we are going to see how the teams of this World Cup in each group is performing in par with that benchmark. And we have taken something interesting also. We have taken the last year's Big Bash League average also, in order to see that, how it's easy or is it difficult to hit it in Australia. So now we are going to see the first parameter. It's runs per innings in power play. So you can see the benchmark here, which is like 40 odd, which is pretty much average these days. But the Big Bash League or the Australian par score is very less when compared to that. But if you could see these things and look how each team stands. India is standing very tall, and Pakistan is little lesser than the average. The criticism of their slow starts might come into play here. And whereas, which is very surprising for me, South Africa and Bangladesh very much in par with that mark. I was seriously expecting Bangladesh to get a little lesser than that, because we know they mostly have very low scoring games. And look at West Indies. They are outperforming the numbers as well. So this is where the numbers very surprising. You can see how it happens. As far as if you could just have to take the power plays, India and West Indies do stand out very well. Here's another parameter. Who is scoring so much of sixes in power play? You can see, as surprisingly, India is performing really well. Yeah, they hit it well, because that was very big when compared to the tournament average, even in Australian average. Pakistan completely, outstanding for a negative reason in these things, which you don't expect mostly, because you expect your openers to hit it well. South Africa, again, little less. Bangladesh here, I think this is where you catch Bangladesh, because they are now performing as you expected. But West Indies, they are just in par with India. So West Indies and India seems to be really top contenders as far as the power play is concerned. Now we are going to see balls per dismissal. So you can see this. If the score is higher, your team is performing well. So you can see how each team is performing, and almost all of them are showing a clear difference here. And South Africa and Bangladesh, this is where they are losing the plot. Perhaps South Africa is hitting more sixes, they wanted to accelerate and they are losing the wicket. But India and West Indies, they are accelerating at the same time, not losing too many wickets. And Pakistan is very strong and stable. Here we come to the favorite zone of myself. It's mid overs, and we are going to see how many runs per ball each team is scoring. And surprisingly, the World T20 average and Australian average deviates here. Australian average is higher than the world T20 average. But you see, India seems to be dominating here as well. Pakistan do have a big drop here. So this is where, like, the middle order crisis of Pakistan is being addressed here. Bangladesh a little lesser than Pakistan, so they are not performing well. And West Indies, they were performing well in power plays, and look where are they now. So if we are to strangle West Indies, if we are to tackle West Indies, it's in the mid overs. But South Africa seems to be surprisingly even outperforming India. So South Africa is a team to watch out in mid overs. Here we are going for mid overs, like, balls per dismissal. So the more thicker the bar, good your team's batting. And you can see only South Africa, they are coming very much close to the world T20 average. And you can see only, I think India has only been to once in the world T20 final. In that spectrum we have taken, Pakistan has been twice. But you can see this time South Africa do have a chance as per this. But this is where, like, very interesting. Bangladesh and West Indies seems to be losing too many wickets in the mid overs. And this is the death overs. Can you see what the numbers are telling you? Because if you see the difference between the world T20 average and Australia in power play, it was massive. But here the Australian average seems to be catching up with the world T20 average. So if you are in Australia, you should be able to score heavily in death overs. And who is doing that perfectly? So this is really interesting. India again outperforms Pakistan reasonably well. South Africa doing good. And Bangladesh, oh dear, they are losing their plot here, because they were in par with all these teams in power plays. Mid overs they completely lost. Even the death overs they are completely lost. But look at Caribbeans. Whatever they left in the mid overs, they're catching up in the death overs. So they are going to be a very interesting contender of this World T20 group. So this is balls per boundary, because Australia has very big boundary. If you try to hit too many sixes, you might lose the plot. So we are going to see, because there's another way of scoring in Australia, that's scoring 4 runs. So we thought this might be very important, because you can't take the aerial route every time because you don't have big hitters. And here you can see the World T20 par numbers. 2 of them are very much in par with that. That's West Indies and Pakistan. So this is where the problem comes, because one team dominates one phase, but whereas India is so less here, they are only taking 6. So they are going for the aerial route. But Australian grounds are big, but they do have muscle power and hitters to clear that. So it's going to be very interesting contest, because Pakistan do score a lot of 4s, India do score a lot of 6s. So you don't pick a clear winner as per this, according to me. So now we come to the death overs. How many balls do you need to pick a wicket of them? Pakistan numbers seriously worrying. And I think perhaps the brittle middle order is having a problem in their death overs as well. Whereas the Australian number drastically drops. That means, like, too many wickets are being falling in Australia in the death overs. Perhaps that, we can see the runs were high. So, like, as you try to accelerate, these kind of things happen. And India and South Africa, like, almost comfortably, India is in par with the world T20 average. South Africa is above that. But look at West Indies. They are having a very nice, they have a good power play, bad mid overs, good death overs. So either teams are going to have a V graph like this or a V graph like this. It's very hard for us to pick one clear winner. So before we wind up, I need to give a disclaimer. So all these numbers from these teams are taken for the past 1 year, and India was not playing a symmetric team, because half of the players who played these matches are not even in their World Cup squad. Likewise, all these, and Pakistan played chunk of their T20s in Pakistan. So likewise, we have a lot of practical issues, but you need to drive the numbers from somewhere to put these things and put a complete show out of that. So whatever you think about the analysis, who do you think will stand out from the group? Please let us know in the comment box. We are so eager to get your viewpoints. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends, and whatever you feel it, please let us know. And if you think our channel is worth subscribing, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you with another video.